Hello. Hope you're doing well. Are you having a good weekend? If you're not doing well, then I hope it only gets better. Either way, I'm glad to see you. And in today's video, we'll be paying a visit back to a channel that I haven't visited in a while. It feels like, and that is Chills. And this is 15 scary videos that make nightmares come to life. So anyway, before we start, any videos that you've been liking, especially on Blue Sky, don't forget to come across, because if you like it on Blue Sky, it doesn't register on here that you liked it, etc. And also, it's nice if you can come over from Blue Sky and add your support here. Also, for those of you who already subscribed, make sure you tickle the bell, whoever misses, and make sure you like any videos that you watch that you like. Obviously, I'm not asking you just to automatically like them. Because from what I noticed, the YouTube algorithm is a bit pants at the moment. Because even if I upload one and share it everywhere, I know people have seen it, yet it's registering them like registering like 0 views. So the algorithm is playing up, and I know people watch them because they've been liking them on Blue Sky, and with Blue Sky it automatically opens the video and plays it on there. So it's kind of like, but it's not registering on YouTube. It's pants. So yeah, so make sure any ones you do like, hit the like for me, and also tickle the bell to make sure that you don't miss out on any uploads. So let's go and see what Chills has in store for us in today's compilation. Let's do this. Yes. Now, before I forget, also I noticed that a lot of debunking channels, or well, a few debunking channels, are not overly keen on compilation videos. But to be fair, if I stopped watching or reacting to compilation videos, we'll have nothing to react to. It's bad enough having to cut down my list of investigators. Oh yeah, don't forget to grab yourself a brew, because they're fakery. And it's like, well, we'll have nothing to bloody react to, will we? It's like, unless, of course, you can give me, these debunkers can give me a list of genuine fucking team, excuse me language. And I say that, I don't mean it in a nasty way, but some genuine teams, legit teams, for me to watch and react to. Or compilation videos that have decent stuff on. But then again, it's like, well, the compilation ones, it's not going to happen. And the other thing is, despite how the compilation videos present themselves, the person themselves who's made them may go, this is evidence, but still at the end of the day, it's up for me to make up my own mind if it's true or not. Or, the thing is, at the end of the day, I don't believe all these clips are evidence. Now I made my opinions on them, whether they're real or fake makes no difference. I'm reacting, that's the point. I'm not here to prove or disprove, I'm here to react. Some things I'll just go, oh, come on, that's silly, or, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, don't you? I'm doing a reaction, I'm not trying to debunk or, you know what I mean? Because I love debunking videos. They've opened my eyes and I've learned quite a bit. But at the end of the day, it's like I suppose it's the same approach as I think Casper Side puts it best. Well, it's like, we like being entertained. I like being freaked out. Even if it's fake, I want that one footage, that bit of footage that makes you go, because at the moment it's just ooh maximum, and sometimes I get like what I call bullfrog. It's like the stage beyond chicken skin. You know what I mean? But I want something that's going to make me not go to sleep for some time. I haven't seen it on film yet, so that's what I have to say on that, really. So yeah. So what matters is what we take from it, regardless of how they're presenting it, because otherwise there'll be nothing to react to.
Jessie V and her sister Mandy are constantly hearing strange noises coming from the attic. They would have happily never gone up there, if not for their insistent fans who demanded to know the answer. They finally work up enough courage to take a ladder up there. Mandy goes up first and gets a really bad feeling. She's describing the general layout when they catch something that might have followed her back down. In a mirror on the wall is the reflection of a figure that is a quarter of the size of Mandy, whose much larger reflection can be seen right beside it. Whatever this is, it's standing right in front of both of them. Jessie turns the
So, whilst I'm saying I'm not here to debunk, obviously I'll say what I think it is. Hang on, I was going to finish watching the footage because I want to see all the people present. Sorry, I'll say.
Camera to reveal her father standing off to the side, but he is way too tall to be it. Also, this figure lacks any color or detail at all. Only later, when a commenter pointed out the creepy shadow person, did they go back and review the video.
Not
So
saying
this figure lacks any color or detail at all. Only
not saying it is, not saying isn't, but that does look like it's new clothing. And if that's a mirror, isn't that capturing one of them? I don't know, because it's like, it looks like, see there, here you go. They spotted a shadow figure. Well, I can see two figures there. One looks like they're holding a phone, like that. See that arm coming up like that? Looks like someone's there. So it looks like there are other people there, or it's caught her reflection at a weird angle and distorted it because she's turning. I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it isn't, but it does look like modern, and yeah, I reckon it could be someone else there, or it could be a distortion of their own reflection. Not saying that's definite. That's just giving some ideas.
later, when a commenter pointed out the creepy shadow person, did they go back and review the video? No answer was ever provided. Number 14.
It's also weird as well. When she turns like that, it looks like the hand's this way, so it looks like as if it's capturing the back of her friend, the one with black hair. You can say.
Two friends stand on the edge of the woods, looking for a figure that's said to haunt their suburban neighborhood in Missouri. What they encounter while exploring this forest opening has left people asking if it's real or fake for years since. A shadow person kneels in the woods, regarding them without saying a single word. They see the shadow for only a moment, but it...
Ooh, look at you. There's a way you could pull off a perfect shadow guy. I've actually... shout out to Beardo Got Scared. But he was saying about, and it's one thing that never occurred, but you never don't think of it at first, because let's be honest, you can buy these online because you know certain Halloween masks where you need to you need to be able to see, but you need to black out spaces. Where you can get those shadow people. Not when I say shadow people, I don't mean that sort of shadow people. Oh, what did he call it? I know what they are because I heard about them before. What they use in special effects on green screen. You know the people dressed in green, that's covered from head to toe, but you get that in black, that stuff, yeah. You can buy that online and you know have a cloak or something and wear it, you know, do that. But if you really want to do a good one, and I don't think people could do it unless, of course, you're made of money. Actually, I'm surprised a lot of ghost investigators who fake stuff, who make lots of money from merch and that, don't do this. But I mean, okay, you probably think I'm a bit silly, but to be fair, I don't know the genuine, whether or not, if it's available to public use, I don't know. Because I've heard artists have used it to freak people out of illusions. But you know that, oh fuck now, what's it called? I was seeing that the other day. I hate it when I get brain farts. That black that absorbs light, the one that's not absorbs light, but it doesn't reflect like light back. So if you were to paint a hole like a circle on the wall, it looks like there's a black hole on the wall. If you had a material cloth made of that stuff, that would look freaky as F. And standing there in a dimly lit room, that would get a really cool effect. That'd be like, whoa, that looks freaky, that looks real. What do you mean? I'm not saying you should go and do it because that's shitty. You know, we don't need people. It's bad enough we've got people faking paranormal stuff as it is. We don't need more people doing it. But yeah, that's no way you could do it. But again, also, the key crux of this matter with any of these videos, but it's going to happen with any videos, is we only have their word for it. It's like, oh, there's only just there. We only have their word for it. So if it's legit, that's a shadow. As Casper would say, ooh, what a shadow bastard. But if it's not real, then it's obviously a friend or someone in a cloak or something, in one of those dark suit things.
Scary enough to make them drop the camera and run. Later, they retrieve the camera and upload it onto YouTube. If you
Not mocap suit, it's a different name. It's like it's what you use for shadow work on theatre and stuff.
listen closely, moments before they see the strange figure, you can hear his friend Ben saying he feels something piercing through him. Something like its cold, lifeless stare. Number 13.
Although saying that, as any debunker will say to you, in all fairness as well, that reaction is a lot more legit than a lot of the videos you'll see on. I'm not saying they won't say that the video's legit, but that reaction at least is more convincing than a lot of the fakers. It's like Snug Puppy. They're like, they don't. It's like if you saw a shadow bastard, that's how you would react. You're like, oh my god, fuck, and run. People like Snug Puppy, things like that, they don't run. They're like, oh, watch out, look at that. Oh. It's like, if that stuff was real, even the bravest of us, to be fair, come on, because you're reality. It doesn't matter if you're a double hard bastard. Bear in mind, and I will say it, and even Casper Sykes says he'll Rambo it and things like that. But think about that. If you saw I've got my hammer on me. Damn it. Oh, I've got a force hammer. I'm alright. Four is with me. And my maroon bone. But it's like, if you legit saw a shadow bastard, that would shatter your reality. Your brain would go through all kinds of shit from fear to like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So that at least is a genuine reaction. You'd go, oh fuck, and run off, wouldn't you? You wouldn't go, oh, steady on. You know what I mean?
Someone's life was taken here, and a shadow person...
Or like some of the fakers, oh, I just saw someone walk across there, like, you know what I mean? You'd go, fuck, and run. And then people run after you and go, what's the matter, what's the matter?
Remains. Is it the person who passed, or the person who ended their life? Published in December of 2021, Drana and Mike's paranormal adventures entered this house and got more than they bargained for. While exploring the home, the spirit speaks to them. The voice sounds like it's whispering, "Help me out." As they continue to communicate with the spirits in the darkness, Drana feels something touch her on the shoulder.
Do you know any of our names?
The thing about these apps as well, I mean, I've had no problem with the apps, to be fair. There's certain things that I don't think you can explain. Excuse me a second. I can't reach for my ceremonial one that hand crafted. Well, I didn't hand make it myself. I got ordinary mallet and then stuck things on it and decorated it and things like that. But yeah, I'm gonna get this ready because I'm seeing stuff and shit. Could be my brain, But a lot of these apps, some of these apps, I've had no problem with them. You know what I mean? But some of these videos you have to bear in mind as well, especially with TikTok videos, you can get sounds that overlay it. So the problem, especially if from videos are from TikTok, or I'm not sure if you might be able to, if you've got the software to do it, if you've got the right editing software, it's not that hard, to be fair. If I could be buggered, then I could easily, I've actually noticed, because I can, it's the same as overlaying music. If you overlay music, as you know, you can adjust the volume. So what you do, really, is find the time index of the video, put someone going, help me out, like get a non-licensed sound from YouTube, download that, and overlay it. And that's a problem these days, you know what I mean? With some of the EVP is you could easily fake it. So, oh man, it's fucking. That's the thing you see. People, here's. It's ruined it for everyone, isn't it? It's really fucked things up, isn't it? It's frustrating, isn't it? Because how can you tell him all? Because you could easily, you could listen to that and go, well, that's overlaid. Oh, that's overlaid. You'd have to experience it for yourself, wouldn't you?
Touch me on my shoulder.
Someone said me.
Later, in another room, Drana and Mike are talking with someone off camera, and the camera scans from one side of the room to the other. This is when you see it.
On the thrill.
Wait there, officer. Mike Wooders. Yeah.
In the next room over, the shadow appears. It looks like it's ducking behind the door, and it disappears in an instant. Is there a lost soul in this haunted home? And if so, who does it belong to? I know I wouldn't go back there after seeing this, but I do really think this place needs further investigation. No.
Do you know what? I'm just going to forget about debunking channels for a second, because I'm not going to lie. It is kind of taking the fun out of it in a way, because it's like there's so many ways now. I know you could fake that in my brain. It's spoiling it. So I'm just going to react to how it looks, okay? Or try to, okay? I'll try my best, folks. All right, I'll try my best. But it kind of killed. It's kind of pissed on it a bit. It's like, am I going to react to this stuff? You know what I mean? Because the thing is, the problem is as well, and this is the downside, because I feel it happening in my bones right now, or it's happening to me in this video, is there could be some legit shit on here. When I mean shit, I mean good shit, yeah? But I'll just dismiss it, because, oh, that's someone in a suit, oh, that's overlaid, that's, you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? Well, so, like, if you're someone who fakes paranormal stuff, you're a bugger, you're a right sod. Because you're ruining it, you just ruined it, you're ruining it for everyone.
Number 12. This video of a speedy silhouette looks like it has to be in fast forward, but as the timestamp shows, it somehow manages to cross the room in less than 1 second. I can only assume that this shadow person has been seen at least once before, hence the bedside camera. Notice how all of its features remain blacked out despite there being plenty of natural light. What's particularly worrisome is how it clears the room in an instant, and then comes back into the frame to linger by their bedpost some more. Apparently the two seem to share a mutual fascination. Number 11. Reed's boy records what he thinks is a rare creature sighting, and while I think he might be right, I would like your help to confirm. Some of the dogs in his neighborhood are going...
Oh yeah, never guess what, here's exciting for you, right? Because Americans have got the Yeti and the Dogman. I think we got the Dogman as well, I think, from some alleged police reports. But guess what? This is awesome, because people were laughing about it and stuff in the comments on Facebook. It's like, do you not remember? I mean, I know the news is not always honest and stuff, but guess what? I'm not sure if you remember the Beast. Is it Beast of Bodmin Moor or something like that? At first, they saw what there was either a jaguar or a black panther, and then I remember seeing this in my brain. Actually, I'm surprised they haven't did an update, because what the fuck has happened to it? Because they had initial sightings. It was just a black one. And for those who play hunting sims, they had a black one turn up on the footage, and I'm not sure if it was a jaguar or panther, basically, but one of those two. There was a black one, and then there's a melanistic one that was with it. So, does that mean they were breeding? If so, that means there's those animals in the woods. Unless, of course, they contained it or dealt with it. I don't know. They never gave us... As far as I'm aware of, there's been no updates. But there's been another one spotted. There's been a black panther or whatever spotted. I can't remember what area it is now. I saw it on Facebook, an article, a news article. They spotted one somewhere else. It's like, how cool is that?
Crazy. So he zooms in on where they're barking and just barely makes out this figure possibly watching from afar. At 38 seconds, you get a much better look when he zooms in.
Bro, do you see it?
It's hard to tell for sure, but I think something is definitely there.
All I'm seeing is a black smudge, mate. That could be a dog, that could be some sort of any kind of animal. And if you live in the forest of America, that could be any kind of sort of animal. It's black and furry, whatever. Anyway, the only thing I do laugh about is purely, and I know it sounds mean, but we've got to think sensible here, is if you're in America especially and you live in a forest that's full of wolves and bears, there's a chance that 97% of the time those big furry things you see are not Yeti, but are bears. But no one jumps to bears to start off with. They don't go process of elimination. They go, fuck me, I saw a Yeti. It's just a probably a black bear stood up. You know what I mean? No one think that's why I laugh at it, because they don't think at the simplest explanation first. Does that make sense? If I saw something weird, like if I saw some, especially after seeing the bloody news article, I probably would jump to King. Fuck me, that's a bit. I had a black cat path, go across my path up. I'd go up the local woods or something. But it was fucking big considering the distance. It's like, you know what I mean? But it's like, if you actually live in a place where there's wolves and fucking bears, it's like, seriously, you did not think of bears first? You know what I mean? That's why I've taken the mick out of it. Not saying it's true, not saying it's false. I just think it's funny that people just jump the gun immediately. But yeah, you can't see what the fuck that is.
And it kind of looks like the upper half of a shadow person. Fear suddenly overcomes Reed's boy, and he runs back inside before it gets any closer. Definitely
Miles
the
away.
smart choice.
Not miles
Number
away, you know.
10. These friends travel to an abandoned church in Wales that gives all three of them a sinister feeling before anyone steps foot inside. It may have been nice when it was first built, but with ivy growing up the side and dirty water pooling around the foundation, this church looks corrupted. The perfect place for spirits to roam.
That is proper evil looking church.
The inside looks trashed by partiers, cans everywhere.
The other thing that debunkers haven't really pointed out, and it's one that it's a point that I always make, right? If something, say, there's places where they go, especially like the twins go to, where they say it's the gateway to hell, or it's demonic, there's something demonic here, it's notoriously evil, blah, 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 blah. But there's a fuck ton of graffiti at these places. It's like, if these places were bad, or that haunted, they can't be that haunted or evil or bad places to be in if people have time, had all like hours to fucking spray art on the wall. Surely you'd see a half-done image and a can where they've gone fuck and run off. You know what I mean? You see burnt remnants, so it looks like people have been having a little, booze up, or whatever, whatever their vices. You see graffiti on the wall. It's like, if these places are notoriously bad, haunted or evil, whatever, then how come none of these people are so I'm trying to keep myself from not being idle on the thing, don't want it to sign me out. It's like then surely these people, there'll be no graffiti or unfinished graffiti, you know what I mean? People will be scared off, like, oh, don't go there, you know what I mean?
I think they can hear faint church bells in the wind, but unfortunately nothing picks up on camera. Still, the
pardon me.
feeling that they are not alone only grows more persistent with every
You're not
step.
alone.
And as they cross a large empty room in ruins, commenting on how evil it feels, they do pick up two anomalies.
But look, evil. They've like done, dare I say, a really good job of like.
Not saying it is, not saying it isn't, but when you see the camera turn, that anomaly stays on the lens. Isn't that just a bit of moisture on the lens?
Securing it though.
I'm almost positive that the first anomaly was a lens flare caused by light coming through the
Oh,
window.
but look. See, look, right. Before it gets to that bit of circle, just keep your eye on the top bit here where it says nightmares. And as it pans down, you'll see the smudge on the lens.
Evil.
And, oh,
They've like.
Trashed by partiers, cans everywhere. They think they can hear faint church bells in the wind, but unfortunately nothing picks up on camera. Still, the feeling that they are not alone only grows more persistent with every step.
Come on.
And as they cross a large empty room in ruins, commenting on how evil it feels, they do pick up two anomalies.
But look, evil.
And that, you see it already there. It's, you see what I mean?
What done? Dare say a really good job.
You see what I mean? As it comes down, it's already on there. And as they turn, it's still on the screen. But you don't see that smudge or moisture or whatever it is until the light hits it.
With like securing it though.
I'm almost positive that the first anomaly was a lens flare caused by light coming through
Not
the
lens
window, but the second sighting, the shadow person, is much odder.
Right, shadow person. Hang on, let's look at that a second. But yeah, as he turns there, you can still see that little mark that's supposedly the lens flare, whatever, it is, still on the camera. You could just about see it on that wall there on the left, on the right. That shadow could be just lighting effect. I don't know. It could be, well, it doesn't look like a person. It does look like a shadow. So so it's a light effect of something where the camera's moving, perhaps.
Really good job.
I would say that this is his shadow, except there is no lower half, so it might not belong to anyone in the group, or anyone alive for that matter. Number 9.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean there's not an object or window in the room or something along the wall that's thought doing it, if that makes sense. Don't forget, you have to bear in mind surroundings as well. So can objects in the surroundings cause shadows as well? We need to bear that in mind as well, not just think, oh, there's no... People focus on people all the time. It's like, it's not just people there, there's objects that can cause shadows as well.
9. Posted by Cosmic Messenger 01, this video teaches you that what's ever lurking in the shadows isn't what you should fear. The shadows themselves are. Taken at the Campo Grande MS Penitentiary in Brazil, the grainy footage shows a dark gray barracks, appearing empty at night, although it's likely not empty, as clothes hang on wires out of each of the windows. Now watch on the bottom floor as something appears to be moving on the side of one wall. The shadow
It's Bully Maguire.
person begins to move upward before moving sideways and appearing to duck down behind some clothing. You can see the shadow duck out again, moving in an amoeba-like style towards the wall and upward, before the shadow disappears out of sight. What is going on here? Is there a prison ghost here? Whatever it is, I don't want to find out. Number 8.
I'll tell you what, I've seen that. I'm not saying that that's what the explanation for it is, but when I went to see some friends, catch up with some friends I haven't seen for a while, I was sat in the garden outside and I saw something completely bizarre, random, and there's no reason as well, because even my mate went next door to check on if they were okay and what was going on. But we saw someone climbing through their bed. Basically, it was their son climbing through his bedroom window, just randomly. Don't know why he didn't use the door. He just went through the bedroom window, and it was like, that was completely random. So, the other thing to bear in mind is there's some random shit that does go on. People do some weird stuff. I don't know why like I said, I don't know why he climbed in, because people were in the house, but for some reason he decided to climb in through the bedroom window. Maybe he's sneaking out. Who can say? I don't know. All we do know is there were people in the house, because my mate went to check on mum next door, and there were people in, and they were like, oh yeah, no, it was the son. I was like, well, use the door then, you weirdo.
A British YouTuber named Joe Weller learns from his friend Elliot of a haunted schoolhouse nearby that was built in the 1800s. They agree to go in the middle of the night to make it all the more legitimate and scary. This place is abandoned, and yet there's a black gap where the curtain's been particularly drawn back, just enough for someone to peek through. Or maybe this is a shadow person leaning out. Joe wants to turn around before the sight of barbed wire, but Elliot convinces him to jump over and go inside. Someone must have really wanted to keep people out of here, or maybe it's to keep something contained within. They walk around the back way and ivy is creeping along the walls, so nobody lives here. But wait.
Oh yeah, if you want to know, it turns out the previous video I done with, was it the Ouija Brothers and Ghost Theory? At the beginning of that, I mentioned I don't know the reason. I mean, I can't. I don't know. I know what happened, but it's going to take too long to go through it. All I can say is type in Ghost Theory. Was it Beardo Gets Scared? Ghost Theory, and he'll explain what happened. It's not a case of whether they're legit or not. It was their attitude, apparently, to do with their attitude in certain circumstances. So that video I watched, which was 3 years old, coincides with what happened. So what happened was happening after. But yeah, just type in, and also go over to Beardo's channel. He does really good debunking. He does good debunking, and he also does ghost investigations himself. He's one of those open-minded skeptics. You know what I mean? He's a skeptic, but he's more leaning to the open-mind side, if that makes sense. And he does his own ghost investigations and stuff. So it's not like he's out to try and destroy people's reputation, or, you know what I mean? He actually he wants to do it properly. And there are personal reasons, which I'll leave it for him to explain when you watch his videos. But go check his channel out. Beard, it's called Beardo Gets Scared. But if you type in Beardo Gets Scared, Ghost Theory, there's a story about it there. But yeah, there's it's to do with attitude, more to do with attitudes and how they dealt with things. But you'll see. Just go. I just thought I'd give you that update. So because I was binge watching videos and I came across it and was like, so that's what happened.
Someone's at the window, a pale ghost girl. While over a dozen people see her, can you? And when he shines his light on it, it's gone. Number 7. Here's another video of a different warehouse that's possibly haunted. Take a look at what one of the security cameras picks up. Slinking around their screen, presumably late at night, after everyone has gone home. The footage looks really grainy, which ordinarily would be a sign of editing, but then again, this is also exactly how most low-budget security cameras look.
See, I'm not saying they couldn't fake it, but security stuff seems more legit, I suppose, to me. Well, you could probably say it's more legit. The other thing I've noticed, right, so here's something interesting, right? One of the things to look out for as a red flag is, I'm not going to say any names of channels, but you've got like really successful ghost hunting channels, and they got millions of subscribers, they're making a fuck ton of money out of the merch. If you notice, some videos they're doing 4K quality, and then quite a lot of videos, especially videos where lots happen, they use older cameras. It's like, you kind of watch them thinking, why are you using older cameras for? It's because the older the camera, the easier it is to digitally mask stuff. I mean, you still can notice cuts of stuff, because also if you slow bits down, you can still see where the cut is. But that's why, interestingly, when ghost channels go 4K, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, they did a couple of episodes in 4K. Now they've gone back to, and I'm not sure what their reasons are. They've probably got some alleged reason. Or they may go, it just works better if you use the old cameras. No. The truth of the matter is, right, let's just say, EVPs, right? EVPs, not all EVP is fake, right? Because in professional parapsychology, EVP is legit. However, parapsychologists use proper equipment, yeah? If you, a lot of the digital recorders they use, and Ghost Paranormal ones, are faulty ones that are being recalled. So the noises they're picking up are because of the faulty equipment, not because of ghosts. I forgot what I was going to go with that. Never mind, it will come back to me. Oh fuck, what I was going to say. Oh yeah, no, yeah. So with anything from video footage to EVP, right? It makes no difference using old or new equipment. Yeah? It actually makes more sense to use top of the range equipment, because then you can especially if someone third party analyzes the audio, they can then analyze and go, that's not overlaid, that's actually in the room. And newer cameras, you can see if you can analyze it and detect whether it's been faked or mapped or masked, yeah? Apart from all those things, it makes no difference. Why would you not use state-of-the-art equipment? It makes no difference. You'll still pick it up. If ghosts are real, and the EVP is genuine, you would pick it up on modern-day equipment. Makes no difference, because parapsychologists use top-of-the-range technology, especially for EVPs. Yeah? So when they go, oh no, we just figured it's better to use the old cameras because you pick them up better. It's bollocks. It's because they can fake shit better. The older the camera is, because the graininess of the film hides the masking better, and all that. Are they faked that because it's grainy CCTV? Who can say? But it's just something that came to mind.
Maybe it was a bug walking across the lens, maybe it was edited, or maybe it really was a shadow person silently floating across a work site. We'll never know for certain.
Ugh.
Number 6. When you're arguing whether a shirt is red or maroon, the ghosts in your presence will know they've had enough of you two. Published to YouTube in May of 2020, this is what happens when a ghost gets fed up with your bickering, throws up his hands and storms out of the house he's haunting. The uploader explains that during their last visit to this place, they experienced the door slamming but didn't have a chance to record it, so this...
The only thing, I know the names of the channels name in particular, but I'll still react to them. I'll just take on board what they say with a pinch of salt. But I think what the problem with a lot of the compilation videos are, there are some who make up narratives for the story. So either they'll get footage handed into them that's not legit, and they'll make up a story for it, or if there's no information on the video, they'll make up a narrative for it, if that makes sense. And so it's a bit naughty, yeah? I'll take that into mind in future of these compilation videos. Some Night Chills in this one, he's not saying, is it this? He's got his opinion, obviously, but he's still saying, we will never know, sort of thing. He's not saying, it's definitely proof. You know what I mean? So, I'll still react to compilation videos, but it's just something to bear in mind.
Time they return to capture it on film. This video is cut down to 3 minutes of the 50 that were recorded. The clip shows the boys arguing whether or not one of their shirts is red before deciding to call it quits with the filming, since it had been nearly an hour.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but the other thing to bear in mind, another red flag as well, and I'm going to say it, Mindseed do it. I love Mindseed, but they do it. And I mentioned them before about them faking stuff, but it's like the more legit channels, you'll notice that activity typically sometimes, because they bear in mind they've been there for 7 or 8 hours, 9 even sometimes, pushing it. The channels barely have any activity, and they might get some sounds which we don't hear, which is a shame. But sometimes also a lot of those sounds they will debunk. Instant red flag of a lot of the channels that even I love and I know you love. Within the first 5 minutes of them being in that location, or 9 minutes, say, we'll play fair, we'll say 9-10 minutes, yeah? First 9-10 minutes of the investigation, something happens. In legit paranormal investigations, you either spend there hours, for example, until something happens, whether that be a knock or some sort of sound you can't explain, or 2, nothing happens at all. But to have things kicking off 10 minutes within just getting in the front door is a red flag. It's a bit, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, first 10 minutes and everything kicks off, and it's just, and all these things happening. Red flag.
Just then, something clearly slams in the distance. The uploader says his friend thought it was the hinges of the door rather than a ghost, but decides that the video is proof it wasn't the hinges. He also claims that he and a friend saw a shadow person in this building as well. The uploader writes, something said that it could have been air in the last upload, but it wasn't sure. The thing, if it was air, it would have opened it. The air is coming from outside, so it would push out to open. Instead, what we caught was a ghost slamming the door the opposite direction of where the air was coming from. So the force of the door slamming was going against the air. This was...
But also bear in mind with urban exploring, as we've seen with Urbex Hill, is, I mean, whether or not he fakes stuff, who can say? But at the end of the day, most of the stuff he encounters is mostly people. So with a lot of these urban explorers as well, bearing in mind, you're not alone, mate. You know what I mean? If you're in a populated area, chances are I'm not saying it isn't ghosts, but you got to think at first it could be people. You know what I mean? Start simplest answers first, work your way up, sort of thing.
filmed in Harlingen, Texas, and there wasn't much airflow in the place according to the uploader. The group was sweating from so much stale heat. Well, maybe the ghost was too. Number 5. The David Livingstone Centre is a reportedly haunted museum in Glasgow, Scotland.
Beautiful.
As these paranormal investigators are about to discover for themselves, they aren't even finished setting up their equipment when the poltergeist activity begins. First, something falls in the darkness, and then a piece of equipment flips over in front of them.
Oh.
They go to where the other object fell over and find one of the velvet ropes has come unhooked by itself. Since we didn't see it happen on video though, I guess we just have to take their word. Later, they head over to the chapel area where they think they see something move, but it's too dark.
Again, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is kind of something I'll go, ooh, it kicked off, they've only just got in, haven't said they've got,
To tell.
As if it's a person? Yeah. It's behind you.
When they take a picture of the corner of the chapel, however, this image of a shadow person is what they find. Number 4. Have you ever feared you're living a walking nightmare?
Yeah, I think as well. Ugh, poor bad pareidolia. I forget to breathe sometimes. The other thing as well, if it's true that ghosts rely on using energy, you being in there in the first 5 minutes isn't going to give the energy it requires. You know what I mean? Realistically, when you think about it, if all that stuff's true, then it would make more sense for it to be like a couple of hours or so. You know, it's feeding off your emotion, the vibes, the equipment, builds up, like, you know, the vortices, whatever you want to call them, builds up, then it happens, yeah? But for it to happen just like that, with no, you know what I mean?
Mare? Titled Daymares, this video was posted by YouTuber Ghosts of Carmel, Maine in October of 2017.
Don't hold me to that one. I've not seen the videos yet, but apparently I think Beardo might have said that he knew someone who, another channel that debunked his stuff.
The video begins with a short explanation that reads, when faced with the unknown, alone and frightened, call it daymares. The 20-minute video opens with a pic of a shadow person appearing in a photo taken in 1906, which also shows the YouTuber's house. The YouTuber says this paranormal figure has been showing up a lot within the past months. The YouTuber then shows evidence of these instances with video footage of the shadow man standing in several places in his home, including silhouetted by the light of the window. He writes that he has a theory who this shadow person is. The man was short. In fact, people used to make fun of his height when he was alive, making him an angry ghost of eternal bitterness who haunts the living through fear. A few clips show the ghost grinning at him in the darkness. One night, there was a lot of paranormal activity going on in the YouTuber's house, including walking and banging. As he takes video footage of his dark home, he asks who was making so much noise.
They were walking around the bedroom all night long, making noise. I even heard rattling sounds, banging. Who was doing it?
On occasion, he captures what he describes as yelling in the background.
Well, was somebody down here yelling?
Oh, I thought it was a shadow.
At one point, when he says hello, he is answered.
Somebody down there yelling? occupied. That
He hears strange talking and heads downstairs to see
I heard fuck all.
if the TV was left on. After discovering it's off, he places the camera on the ground and leaves it there in an attempt to capture the yelling. He leaves the house altogether, but a neighbor starts mowing the lawn, drowning out some of the noise. However, some moving sounds were caught on the video. At some point, the camera is knocked over, which the YouTubers suggest could only have been done by something paranormal.
White. White.
After this, the YouTuber returns upstairs to capture some more
Sound like a woman saying, "Do you want a cup of tea?"
footage. When he
White.
suggests could only have been done by something paranormal.
White. White.
There's a voice that sounds like his, and it sounds like a woman's or speaking back to him. You know what I mean? I don't know.
After this, the YouTuber returns upstairs to capture some more footage. When he turns towards the door, there is some movement. He says it appears as if clothing is being pulled out the door. But after turning the light on, he finds nothing on the landing or downstairs. He returns to the bedroom and says the shadow person is in the window again. There is indeed a shadow there, though it's oddly shapeless. Then, something rather solid seems to fall inside the room. He thinks it went under the bed, but all he finds beside the bed is a small teddy bear. Does this video make you a believer in this haunted house? If it does, get ready for some certain daymares. Number 3. This
What do you
paranormal
think?
investigator's creepiest capture in a cemetery is bone-chilling. The YouTuber was exploring the hauntings at St. Joseph Cemetery near Kimswick, Missouri, when she captured several EVPs.
Michael?
Later, while she was attempting to communicate with the
That's not EVP, that's Ghost App. Again, are they reliable? Who can say?
passed on using a spirit box, Michael made his physical cameo. Watch to the right, just above the vehicle.
Which grave is yours?
Yeah, we can't see it now because you covered it with all shit on it.
Nobody appears to be in the vicinity. So to whom does this shadow belong? I vote for Michael. Number 2.
Problem is, it's going too fast. I wonder if things to look out for, if you've got time, it's just to see if there's a distortion on the gravestone, because if it is, then it's been masked.
A paranormal investigator named Exist wants to see if ghosts exist in an abandoned funeral parlor in South Korea. In this stairwell is where they record the strongest evidence of paranormal activity.
Can I just say, regardless of if it's fake or not, the Japanese, any Asian places, Philippines, Japan, anywhere that's around that region, they do freaky stuff. I mean, their horror films are freaky. They do the best horror films.
Something is at the bottom of these steps, according to their readouts. Snapchat finds activity in the corner. It looks like a ghost in a white dress with her back turned, long black hair. They don't dare go down there and confront her. Instead, they sum up a
Ring
music
bitch.
box that is hand cranked at the top of the steps and see if she will come to them.
The problem is, I've heard, even though K2's not as sensitive as people make out they are, that music box, there's certain things that could set it off, but also, the light, apparently light will set it off. So he's shining his torch on the music box, that will set it off. But because of the intensity of the music box going off as well, that will set the K2 off as well.
Nu med påfå. Trustee ability.
So he's shining a light down there, and that sets off.
I'm not sure if a ghost is really doing this, or if they were in control. If someone has more information about the paranormal equipment they're using here, then let me know if this part is real, or if they have a secret way to control it. So much energy surrounds them that the music box never stops playing. They have to manually turn it off, satisfied that this experiment was a success. Next, he records his Snapchat filter to see if any faces are caught coming up the stairs.
So the best thing is with those music boxes, when they are interesting, because the thing is, this thing I do notice, right? So I mentioned in one of the videos that, yeah, Ghost Theory, the Ouija brothers use these apps and stuff. However, like you saw in my last video I reacted with that when they did the one with Ghost Theory, they do put a disclaimer out saying they're just using them. They're just using them for experimental purposes, for fun, to see what results they get. But they're not considered as definitive evidence for paranormal. So I'd say put it in an area where you're pretty certain, near enough, you won't get it perfect, that there's nothing that's going to interfere with it, and where you're far away from it, but you can still hear it, if it makes sense. And then that might be more interesting results. But yeah, so the problem is if you get a light source, any light, even if you shine a light in the direction where things pointing, that will set the sensor off.
Instead, he gets something even scarier.
Oh, I've got chicken.
Something walks right by them, opens the door, and holds it open for them. They respect the spirit's wishes and politely leave. Would you stick around here? I've seen enough horror movies to know that it's best to get out before it's too late.
Ooh. The other thing is that a beardo made a really good point as well. Especially like Mike, because Mindseed are guilty of doing it. And certain other channels are guilty of it. But you know, I mean, you could argue it's easier said than done when you're in a situation where it's like, yeah, when you're terrified though, how would you react if you saw something? But it's like, something kicks off, even if it's not visual, something kicks off that terrifies them. And it's like, then they decide to like bug up, get the fuck out of there. It's like, but aren't you there to find evidence? Why is it when things get interesting you decide to leave? That's an odd thing to do as well. It's like, surely you'd, maybe leave for a few minutes and then go back in to see, you know what I mean? Get some Dutch courage up something. But again, I don't know. I mean, you could argue, oh yeah, but it depends, how would you react in that situation? But it is a bit odd behaviour, isn't it? Where saying activity starts kicking off, you're like, no, that's it, I want to leave. It's like, but you're there. I suppose there's a caveat of, yeah, but you're there. You've put yourself in that position. You're there to get evidence, yeah? So it's like, I don't know. Is it a case of biting the bullet and going back in? Some groups do go back in there, but it's kind of like, it's odd, you know what I mean? It's just odd behaviour. It's just odd.
What's scariest about this image is the creepy figure it showcases. I'd be staying far away from this thing, and that's a promise. Fingers, mate. This image is currently trending in the Spanish-speaking YouTube community. I came across it on a popular YouTube channel that creates content in this language, and I wanted to share it with you. It's a great example of how unique elements of horror can be found all around the world, each with its own twist. So, what do you think it is? And more importantly, do you think it's real or just a clever effect? Let me know down in the comments. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. One of the most fearsome visions of a shadow person ever caught on camera. This clip will have any skeptic questioning things. Originally published by Ghosts of Carmel, Maine, this scary video was captured by its haunted homeowner. As the homeowner enters a bedroom, a full shadow figure is seen sitting on the bed, outlined by the light from the window. The man panics and steps out of the room for a moment. A split second later, when
See, again, unlike Snug Puppy and some other TikTokers, regardless if Carmel Maine is fake or not, that's more of a genuine reaction. You wouldn't go, oh, come on, mind out, hurry up, you know, oh, move your bum. You'd be like, fuck, and run like he did there. So even if it's fake, at least he's acting properly, you know what I mean?
he returns, the figure has vanished. Are you convinced of the existence of shadow figures? I am.
I do. I mean, I do believe them, but I don't. I wouldn't necessarily. I don't. The thing is, people forget also paranormal. It's like the word supernatural. It's an umbrella word for all kinds of things within nature. Within science. It's just something that's like not something you would. You know, so ball lightning. Ball lightning, we know what it is, but it's still supernatural, paranormal, if you want to call it that, because it's normal, but it's not something you see every day, if that makes sense. It's a bit bizarre. It's like, ooh, what's that? You know what I mean? And there are various articles and theories, scientific theories on shadow people and stuff like that, which out there, especially Russian scientists got some really interesting ones. But yeah, I did a video on ages ago. But yeah, some interesting scientific ideas. Anyway, ooh. But there you have it. That was Chills. They were good, weren't they? Can a lot of them be explained? Of course, obviously. But interesting nonetheless. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, if you like the video, hit the like, and like I said, you know, if you're watching some Blue Sky, don't forget to come on over, hit the like on here as well, and also subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, because I know you like it and follow me on Blue Sky, but it just helps me more. It just helps me more. The reason why I put on Blue Sky is to bring people over to get the extra shout, you know, spread the news sort of thing. So yeah, if you're watching some Blue Sky, please come over, subscribe and like here. And yeah, as always, thank you for taking the time to watch these with me. I hope you have a great weekend, and I shall see you in the next video. Take care and be well.